Let's go.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's AMA. Obviously, a lot of people have been waiting for news on what's going to happen or what we're going to be doing moving forward with the DaVinci project. And the day has come. We finally made an announcement sometime last week that we're pretty much going to bring DaVinci back kind of right under the same contract address, right under the same parameters, and I'll go into the explanation as to why we chose to go this route. Not gonna lie to you guys, it wasn't an easy decision for us to make on any.
Rape. You are going to get raped.
What the fuck? Okay, well, anyway, it wasn't an easy decision for us to make on any side of the spectrum because there were a lot of obstacles to kind of like face on both ends, right? So you relaunch a new project and you have a whole new contract address and you have all of these people to airdrop, and there's liquidity issues and whatnot that creates its own obstacles of dangers that we'd have to occur. And then just going with the idea of just resupplying liquidity back into the current project and just kind of going from there was honestly, any way we looked at it.
Hello.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Leo. I've removed him.
Anyway, long story short, the best course of action that we figured is going to be to kind of keep the project going under the same contract address, and we're going to put together certain campaigns.
You will get raped.
Okay, hold on. Let me change
to that guy.
Yeah, it literally says scam next to his name. Like, hold on. Probably change a setting here.
Leo, I just set you to mute everyone coming in now. Just
give
me a second. So he's literally coming with 3 different numbers already. So
yeah, it's kind of, I've never seen that before. His name has like a red scam marker next to it. Have you guys seen that before?
Yeah, TG. Yeah, TG has marked him. Yeah. Sorry, I was just saying.
Anyway.
Telegram has marked him as a scammer.
Yeah, I wonder why. Anyway, so course of action, we'll get right into it. Trading is going to start back on April 25th. In terms of like our supported trading, I know people have been already being able to buy and sell the project at their own will. Obviously, there was really like no liquidity left into it in terms of tokens or ETH. We had pulled the 1.2 or 1.3 ETH that was in the liquidity pool when we decided to put a halt on things and support for the time being. So the trades that have been coming in have pretty much been based off of the dust that was in there. And I know some people were kind of angry about that, and they were saying like, hey, why is it fair or unfair to others where supposedly there's no trading right now, but people are able to buy and sell. So trading was never fully turned off. What we did is we removed the 1.2, 1.3 ETH in ETH to kind of discourage trading, because we were kind of on the fence of what we wanted to do moving forward, whether it was going to be a relaunch or whether it was going to be a restructure or whatever. So, obviously, yeah, that happened. And, there are some people who bought and sold and whatnot during that time frame, which I don't think is a pretty big deal, because considering there was really nothing left in those LP pools, the trades were dust. But there is really no fair or unfair advantage on that, because that's open to the entire market. Everybody had the opportunity to do that. If you wanted to do it, you could have. If you chose not to do it, you could have done that as well, which is completely fine. So moving forward, I don't want anyone to be kind of complaining about that, because that's not something that we turned on or off and gave people any special privileges to or anything like that. So that's something that everybody could have taken advantage of if they chose to take advantage of it. But it's not even like, hey, there is an advantage to it or not. It's just a complete shot in the dark whether those people's decisions will be good on their half or not. So anyway, moving on. On April 25th, 12 p.m. PST. That's not going to be a exact number. It could be 12. It could be 1. It's going to be anywhere between 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. PST, give or take, is when we will pretty much resupply liquidity back into the project. We're going to supply more liquidity than we took out, right? Obviously, we took out only 1 ETH, about 1.2, 1.3 ETH in liquidity when we pulled the liquidity out, which was pretty much nothing was left in there anyway. So we're going to supply more ETH again out of our own pockets than what we had took out. The liquidity pool tokens, all of them will be locked. It will be locked indefinitely. The team tokens will be burned, all of our team tokens. So we're not going to have any leverage on, putting our money in front of anyone else's. We're putting our money where our mouth is and just showing people that, this is what we're doing is for the community, and all of our tokens will be burned. So we'll have a transaction for that, and we'll have a disclosure for which ones were our wallets, and we'll burn all of that. No team members will get an allocation, so no new allocations will be set aside for any of the team members. And the marketing tokens will also be burned, leaving only 5%. And some people were having questions and concerns about that. They were like, why would you guys burn the marketing tokens? Why would, what are we going to use for marketing? So we're still leaving 5% of the marketing tokens, which is 5% of the supply, which is still pretty massive. Considering on the Shibadoge project, collectively as a team, we own like 5% anyway. So think about it like, in a percentage pool rather than a total amount pool, and that's still a very significant amount of tokens that we're leaving for marketing purposes and whatnot. The next thing, 50% of the entire supply will be burned, reducing the overall supply from 8,888 tokens to 4,004 tokens. So we're pretty much deflating the number of tokens there are in existence, in circulation. Not in existence, but in circulation. There's no true burn built into this, so these will all just go straight to the dead wallet. So it makes it more scarce. On top of all that, I'm also working with a community member to come up with another extra addition to the DaVinci project. We're working pretty closely together. And she's a artist, she's a designer. She actually brought up the idea to me a couple of weeks ago, and we've been working together since, trying to kind of develop something that we can have an extra addition to the DaVinci project, and that's like a Mona Lisa collection, NFT collection for the Mona Lisa itself. Obviously Leonardo da Vinci created the Mona Lisa, and it's probably the most famous piece of artwork in the world. But we've put a nice little twist on it. She's made some really nice renditions and mock-ups of what the NFT can be, and that's also something that we're experimenting with, and hopefully that's something that we can introduce into the DaVinci ecosystem as well. Possibly by giving people the option to either showcase that NFT as their PFP for the tokens that they own, or just go the whole AI route where they'll be able to still create their own artwork. You'll have the option to be able to do either. So that's another cool thing that we're going to be introducing hopefully very soon. The next thing is, excuse me, hold on, I got to mute for 1 second. Sorry, I had to cough there. I didn't want to blow up anyone's ears. The next thing is whitelist people will get an allocation of NFTs. You qualify if you signed up for the whitelist and did not sell a token. So we're still keeping the people who were initially on the whitelist and actually became holders of the token and stayed loyal to the project and team and community and the idea of everything intact. We're still going to be rewarding them with something which may be part of that Mona Lisa ecosystem of NFTs. We'll see. that's still not finalized on what we're going to do on that end. I just wanted to talk about that and let you guys know that there is something that we're going to do. It's just not final, and the decision for what we are going to do moving forward with whatever the NFT is, whether it's a DaVinci NFT or a different type of NFT, we don't know yet. We just know that we want to give the whitelist people that initially were on the whitelist and still ended up becoming a holder and stayed a holder since. We want to make sure that we reward them for their loyalty, and that's something that we're gonna come up with something that makes them happy and makes us happy as well. So basically that's going to be the plan moving forward in terms of how the relaunch for DaVinci is going to go. It's going to all fall under the same CA. And you might ask yourself or ask us the question, which is probably like, okay, so what are you guys going to do about the bots that are already in or initially in, or that got in the beginning during the launch? Like, how are you guys solving that without a blacklist function? And the answer to that question is, so basically most of the people that did most of the damage in the very beginning are all out. Most of the biggest dangers are all out. And that's where our biggest concern was. And what we have spent over the past weeks doing is pretty much the most boring thing that you could think of doing. And that's sitting there and kind of literally looking through all the wallets, all the transactions, trying to determine who was a bot, who wasn't a bot, who got in, who got out, who's a risk and who isn't. And realistically, after spending literally countless hours kind of like making sure and double checking and looking through everything, from what we can see, it looks like most of the people that caused most of the harm are already at this point long gone. So that's why we kind of went ahead with the idea of being like, hey, okay, let's give this another shot. Let's put together a marketing campaign. Let's put together a campaign, not just for DaVinci, but the entire ecosystem, so that we could push everything all together in a conjuncted way, and make it so that people have the opportunity to still have a chance to succeed on DaVinci, right? Like, that's what the plan was initially, and that's obviously got jotted by unforeseen circumstances and bots and all these extra BS things that happened in the process of the launch. And we're taking that on the chin. I mean, at the end of the day, like, we're the devs, and we have to take responsibility, and we have to take our L's and our wins as they come. And this was probably one of the hardest things that I've went through in my Web3 career. But I'm not here making excuses. I'm not here making any kind of Houdini type of statement and kind of disappearing and saying like, hey, we're not going to try anything. No, that's not us. That's never going to be us. But I am acknowledging that this wasn't the prettiest of launches, and we're going to do our best to make it at least give people a chance to make it right. And we're going to go hard and put our money where our mouth is, and put together a campaign and give it a shot and see what happens. But I do still believe in the tech, highly believe in the tech. I do still highly believe that hybrid tokens are going to be very viable in the future, if not the most viable thing in the future. So it's crypto, man. Everything moves fast, and there's 1.5 million new ideas and 1.5 million new concepts on a weekly basis. So the people from the outside scope may look in and say, hey, this is one of those 1.5 million ideas that happen on a daily basis. What makes you guys so special? What's so different? I honestly think that mainly a lot of it has to do with the people that we have around us and the community that we've got, and the ideas that we've got, and honestly the resources that we've got to push a lot of our projects. So we never come in and promise people anything. We've never done that in terms of promises and say like, hey, this is what's going to happen if you do this or that. We've always just been in the business of giving people opportunity to get into a great community and get into something that they know isn't going to be a rug pull, or something that they know that isn't going to be a one-stop shop where one week we're here and 1 week the Telegram is deleted and everyone is gone with whole new identities. That's never going to happen in our ecosystem. That's not us. you know, we take full responsibility of everything that we do. So with that being said, I know a lot of people have a lot of questions, and you know, I'm all ears. So go ahead and ask away. I'll be reading some questions in the chat too. So it looks like somebody already asked a question. Question number 1: how much approximately in ETH will you add to the liquidity? So that I would have to guess if I tell you, because that one is up to Peter. He's going to make the call on that. But if I were to guess, I would say at least 10 ETH. I don't know, so don't quote me on it. So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see what Peter adds on the 25th. But that's a decision that he's tasked with making. Question number 2: is it 5% post burn, so around 200 for marketing? So it wouldn't be post burn. It would be kind of like what it is right now. So if there's, hold on, let me pull up the number. I don't want to give a number here. 1 second. Uno momento, guys. I just want to look at this so I don't give the wrong number. So the 5%, the 444 tokens that were allocated to the team are all going to be burned. Okay? That's all going to the trash, the burn wallet. The 15% that was allocated to artists, exchanges, and influencers for project collaborations, which is pretty much the marketing wallet, that will be reduced to 5%. So it's currently 15%. It will be reduced to 5%. So that's how that's going to work. So it would be left with 444 tokens. Okay, so let's see. Question number 4: can you tell Dex Screener, CMC, CG, Dextools, and etc. to update the market cap once you send? Yes, that will be updated. That's something that we have to do on our end, because it's going to be self-reported to make sure that you know, it's read correctly. So we will send an email to all of those websites, and I honestly, I don't think you got to send it to all of them. I think once we send it to CoinMarketCap, and CoinGecko, Dex Screener and Dextools follow that API and we'll update. But we'll send them an email all individually anyway. Number 5: when will the AI be released? The AI will be released once we have a stable chart. No, not just even a stable chart, but just a stable relaunch. I don't care what the chart's going to look like. We're still going to follow through with our plans and our ideas. So whether the chart is good, bad, sideways, diagonal, or whatever, north, south, doesn't matter to me. You know, we're still going to release what we wanted to release. So firstly, we want to make sure we get everything out and organized in a manner where everybody is going to be happy with, and then we'll drop the release date for the AI generator. Good questions, by the way, Soul DevTools. All right, next question: will the airdrop be an airdrop or a claim? I don't know what you're talking about on that end, so maybe clarify that question, and I'll answer it. So the next question he has: what will marketing look like going forward? So going forward, marketing is going to be something that we're going to be heavily focused on. And the way that the marketing is going to work initially is we're going to kind of like have a package. I'm calling this like a power punch thing. And the reason why I'm calling it a power punch is because we want to hit it hard. So initially, the first wave of marketing that you see is going to happen through a combined marketing effort. And what that means is we're obviously talking about bringing DaVinci and merging it with the Shibadoge ecosystem, right? That's something that we've talked about and made a pin post about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to leverage all of our other brands and all of our other digital assets to kind of bring light to DaVinci as well, but also at the same time kind of like market everything in our ecosystem all at once. So we're putting together a pretty big campaign to be able to kind of like combo everything together and be able to initially kind of start talking about the entire ecosystem all at once. And then once we have you know, all the balls rolling on that end. We will put together separate marketing events and separate marketing strategies for each project individually, including DaVinci. And DaVinci moving forward is going to be obviously one of our most unique projects because it's the only hybrid project that we have. And realistically, I think we can build more upon the tech and we can continuously keep expanding on it, which is why I don't want to give up on it, because I do truly think that we can build a lot of stuff, a lot of great stuff on this. So, you know, anybody else, guys, anybody else, if this happened to anybody else in the industry, they would have been long gone. Like, I just want, I know I keep saying that, and you guys are probably like, oh, well, who cares? Like, you keep saying that. But I truly mean it. Like, anybody else would have been gone. I don't think anyone would lose sleep like I've been losing sleep and like going into like this like stressed out mood. And like ever since DaVinci got like botted and you know, everybody was like in this situation, I haven't been able to sleep normally at night. So my number one goal is to make sure that we can kind of like at least bring some life back into it, because, you know, I take this shit very seriously. I want to make sure everything that we do is very upfront and like safe for people, right? That's like my number one goal, even though we can never ensure that, we can never promise it, because this is crypto. There are some like evil geniuses out there that can do things that I can never do. So realistically, yeah, I've been losing sleep over it, but we're doing everything to fix it. The next question he had was, oh, actually that was all of his questions. So next guy, his name is One Rug. His question was, the wallet named DaVinci Deployer, is all the money roughly valued at 192K right now in there purely for DaVinci initial liquidity supply, marketing, development, and or buybacks? So that is also another question I gotta talk to Peter about. I know a lot of the money in there is the only liquidity that we've pulled was from the 1.2 ETH, right? At the end. So we've used money from that DaVinci deployer to buy back, to do a bunch of transactions on the initial launch. So all of that is there as well. I know there's a mix of everything in there, but yeah, obviously, yeah, we've got funds to be able to push this. We've got funds to be able to do what needs to be done. It's just a matter of making sure that everything is stable before we do that. Next question is, what is your thinking is fair for whitelist extra, and is it based in any way on the rate each paid per token? No. So I'm not even going to finish reading the whole question, because the first sentence pretty much explains it. The whitelist isn't going to be based on whether or not how much you spent or didn't spend. It's just going to go based off the parameter of were you accepted on the whitelist, and if you were, did you end up becoming a holder? And if you were, did you end up holding throughout all of this mumbo jumbo nonsense? And if you did, then you will be getting something for that. So that's basically all it is. It's not going to be a measuring contest of who has more money or who doesn't, or who spent more or less or whatever. We're not going to do that. It's going to be just, you know, based off of those parameters. Crypto Legion asks, any idea what the price of the token will be once trading starts? That's a very good question. I will have an answer for that for you. I just have to do some math in order to do that, which I will do after the AMA at some point today. And I still wouldn't be able to 100% fully predict it, because like I could fall asleep tonight and wake up and people could have bought and changed the price or whatever. So I could give a ballpark number, but I'll do that within the next. I'll do that on the 24th before the launch happens. All right. Next question. Does the offer to see your banana stand? Yes, it always stands, guys. That offer is always on the table. Another one. Are we going to get back? Yes, we are going to get back weekly AMAs, guys. We are going to get back weekly AMAs. The reason why I haven't been doing weekly AMAs and I've been doing them so scattered is 100% because of my state of mind has been like in a very stressed state of mind. I just didn't want to deviate from anything other than getting work done and getting things back on track. and honestly, I just wanted to make sure that we all had our heads on our shoulders moving forward, because this was taking longer than expected to come up with a. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It took us longer than we expected to be able to come up with a decision on what we want to do, and a lot of that has to do with we were never put in a position like that before, and we just wanted to make sure we're very anal about doing things for our community and trying to come up with the best scenarios for our community. And we were double thinking ourselves with like any idea we had. We're like, well, will the community like this? Will the community like that? And that's what ended up dragging things along and putting us into more of a stressed state. But at this point, I found peace. I found a solution, and whether it works amazingly or if it doesn't work, that's for us to find out. And I'm just like, I've came to a conclusion that I can't be stressed about this anymore, because there are thousands of people that rely on me to keep things moving and keep the ball rolling, because we have a lot of great stuff in our ecosystem, and we're continuing to keep introducing new great stuff in our ecosystem. So I as a person, as a person who kind of without the crown leads a community, right? I guess I'm a leader of a community, you could put it that way. I don't like to be called that, because I just like to be one of the boys, right? I like to be one of you guys, but I guess indirectly, without me even having to say it or not, I do lead communities, and it's there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that, and this was a learning process for me too, but it only made me into a better person and a better decision maker in these types of things. So it's all experience, and it's all things that you take it with a grain of salt, and you can either destroy you or make you stronger, and I'm not going to let anything destroy me. So we're just going to keep shoveling dirt until we reach gold, guys.
Leo, cousin KK.
Hey, cousin, how are you, brother?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Hey, how's the family, first of all? Everybody good out there?
Good, man. Good, brother. Yeah. How about you? How's everything?
Yeah. The weather's pretty crap over here in the UK, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, man. I'm sitting in 80 degrees Fahrenheit right now, so
Wow.
I can't complain.
Must be nice. Must be nice. Hey, just a quick question. The airdrop, per se, but the whitelist. Now, it was originally anyone who held any part of the ecosystem were automatically whitelisted. Are you still going with that, or just the people who were awarded a whitelist spot?
So if you were on the whitelist, right, that would entail that you held something from our ecosystem. So just being a holder of anything in our ecosystem means you made it on the whitelist. The extra step that we're adding is like, hey, what percentage of those people that were whitelisted actually became DaVinci holders? So you just by owning like a Shibadoge token or Burn token or whatever doesn't mean that like you're going to qualify for NFT airdrop, unless you at some point became a DaVinci holder before the snapshot happened as well. So if you're a DaVinci holder as well, then that's what would qualify that.
Got you. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah,
Super,
yeah,
bro.
for sure.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I just have to say I appreciate everything you guys have done. I'm sure the community does too. But yeah, like you said, not very many communities, devs would have gone that extra mile. And hey, thank you, man. Thank you once again.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. We're gonna keep going hard, guys. I mean, we don't quit here. Everyone knows that. We don't quit.
Leo, so there's two questions by two people earlier on, and as I promised them, I'll forward it to you. So if you look in the chat,
Okay.
one from Jason and one from VIJJ.
All right, let's read this. So Jason asks, okay, just wondered why it's been put back 2.5 hours when the reason in the pinned message was due to popular demand and all the questions. Okay, so this morning I had an emergency, something that I had to take care of, and I had no choice but to. It was either cancel the entire AMA or move it by 2 hours. So that I just had something personal come up in the morning that I couldn't ignore. So that's the answer to that. I mean, I'm not going to get into what happened, but I needed to take care of something. So hope everybody understands that. The next question.
We got your back, Leo. We got your back. Don't worry.
Thank you, brother. The next question from VIJJ, query for AMA. Would like to know what scenario has changed between trade halting and now relaunch with the same contract address. So I talked about this earlier in the AMA. I explained that, you know, we spent literally weeks going over almost all the holders that were, you know, holding any significant amount, and even the people that were holding dust. And we looked through it to see, you know, we kind of found a trend to see who's a bot, who's not, what blocks they bought, how they bought. Like, you know, you can't really cover your tracks. If you're using a bot or a sniper to purchase, then, you know, almost all bot and sniper purchases look the same in terms of the GUI that they use, the gas that they use, the time that they bought, the blocks that they bought on. You know, so you're pretty easily able to determine if people are real people buying or if it's a bot or whatever. So what we did is we checked over the entire manifest of people over and over again and kind of came to a conclusion that most of the people that can cause harm are pretty much already caused the harm and left, right? The snipers and the bots that were involved in the beginning. Now, will there still be a few that are in the cracks? Sure. You know, we're not going to get all of them. But even if we were to do a completely brand new relaunch, that doesn't mean that it was going to be fully safe from, you know, people still botting or getting in. Like, anybody who says that they have a full anti-bot system, it's all capped. Like that doesn't exist. Like the tools that exist nowadays for people to snipe and bot contracts, they're very advanced. So it's like whether we did a relaunch or not, like we were just gonna have to deal with the same thing again. Maybe not on the scale that we did the first time, but it would have been more people in than the people that are in now. You get what I'm saying? Like all the people that caused harm are gone. So those are the scenarios that changed. And yeah, I mean, that's the main thing that kind of like influenced our decision to continue going with the current contract. And we're not a big fan of doing V2s anyway, right? We've never done a V2 on any of our projects, and I don't think we ever will. It's just not our style. And, you know, we just made the decision to continue going on this way. Does my audio still sound okay, Roof, or am I being?
Yeah, you sound fine, bro. You sound fine. Yep.
All right.
Any more questions, guys? Does anyone want to say anything? Just come up, just unmute.
And I'm gonna have a poll after the 25th, after the launch happens. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. And since we haven't had like dedicated AMA day for probably about a month now, like the weekly AMAs and whatnot, it's just been scattered in random dates and whatnot, and you guys would have to like look out for a pinned message. I'm gonna put a poll and I'm gonna have people vote on which day you guys want me to have the AMA each week. And we'll go ahead and choose the day based off of that. Maybe I'll have a poll, maybe I won't, maybe we'll stick to the same, but I'm thinking I will have a poll. The reason why I want to have a poll is because I want to see what days most people are going to be available. You know, like I rather come on and talk to people about, you know, what to expect, what we're doing, and just anything when there's more people available to listen live and talk, because that's when things get most engaging. And, you know, I want to get to a point where I come in here and consult with community members and we work together as a community, rather than just not sit here and listen to what Leo has to say, but like we sit here as a community and build together, because that's something that's going to be pretty cool too. And that's something I've always wanted to do. So I kind of want to have like a weekly exercise like that with people as well moving forward, which, you know, I think everyone will appreciate that too, because there are a lot of smart people in here and a lot of people have a lot of great suggestions. So we'll go ahead and figure that out as well moving forward. But we're definitely going to be back on our routine.
Yo, you got a question? How about airdrop for non-whitelisters who bought and never sold?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what to say, bro.
yeah. Sorry, bro. I mean, we're not
Yep.
airdropping.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Wait, are you saying you're not a charity? Is that what you're saying? What?
I mean, at this point, we are a charity because we're the ones spending all the money for everything. But yeah, I
Sure,
guess
good
we're
point,
no
good
longer a charity.
Oh man. I mean, we gotta answer all the questions, right? To be fair.
We do. Guys, look, like I don't ever come on here and say, hey, you guys have to appreciate me because I spend XYZ amount of money. No, I never do that. But I also never come in and say, hey, feel bad for me because I lost $500,000 on, spending on launching a project either. I don't. I put money out, we as a team put money out of our own pocket for the things we build because 1, we believe in all the shit we build. 2, we believe in our community. And 3, we want to be here for the long term. There's nobody out there putting hundreds of thousands of dollars out of their own pocket into the projects they build. Like, I could probably count on 2 hands the amount of projects in the history of crypto that have done that before they became multi-million-dollar projects. Like, nobody really does that. We do that, and the fucked up thing is, like, when it goes bad, if it goes bad, no one loses more than we do, right? So I don't want anyone to feel discouraged and be like, yo, these guys have no skin in the game. These guys don't care whether it succeeds or not. Yeah, I care whether it succeeds or not because I'm probably like $500,000 into it, guys. So we want to make sure things succeed because I don't like losing money. Nobody likes losing money.
Yeah, you got a couple of more questions in the main chat.
Yeah, I'm reading this right now. Let's see. Any plans to revamp the website? At the very least, it'll need the text updated supply. So we actually hired a new web guy very recently, and we did the Degen's banana project, right, on Solana, and he designed that website in literally, I'm not lying, literally 2 hours. He's very good at what he does. So I'm actually gonna talk to him about a full-on revamp and see what we could do from that. I mean, obviously the website was intentional to make it look like how it was because of the whole retro look and kind of like, it having like a cryptic message for 404s and whatnot. But yeah, you're right, man. I'm looking at the website right now on this other window, and yeah, it could be better. So I'll talk to my web guy, and we'll come up with a design, and we'll change things up. But obviously, like, that's not going to happen at the time of launch. It'll probably happen post launch, but we will have all of the curriculum on the white paper and everything else updated right after the launch happens as well. So yeah. Sold DevTools, when will the burn be? The burn will probably be within the few hours after we supply liquidity. Definitely within the first 24 hours. So we'll do everything. We'll make sure everything looks fine. We'll make sure everything is operational to a way that we're happy with, and we'll go ahead and do all the burns and stuff. So I would say in the first 24 hours, ideally in the first 2 to 4 hours after the relaunch. His next question is, will airdrop be sent to our wallets, or will we have to? So that I don't have an answer for either, because like I said, we haven't finalized what the airdrop even will be, or the NFT even will be. So when we finalize that and we give everybody an answer on that, we'll give full disclosure on how to get it, whether it's going to be sent to you or whether you have to go claim it. That will be disclosed as well. So as of right now, there's no answer to that question. Bucket 16 says, holding gold got us on the initial whitelist. Yeah. I used a hot wallet with only gold to buy other ecosystem holding. Yeah, so any ecosystem holding that you had would have got you on the whitelist. But in order to qualify, you'd also have to have been a holder of DaVinci as well. So you just clarifying that. But yeah, if you had gold, then you were on the whitelist. All right, Cheddar Man has a question. I missed the start of the AMA. Is my understanding correct? If I bought and held 2 WTF tokens, I still have 2 WTF available when liquidity is added. If I was on the initial whitelist, I will get an airdrop of addition. So the first half of your question is yes, you will. You will still have the tokens that you own. The second part of your question is it won't be additional WTF tokens, or it may be. We haven't decided yet. So whether it's going to be WTF token or whether it's going to be a separate NFT or something additional that we create and introduce to the ecosystem as an airdrop, that's still something that we're working on. So as of right now, the only news is that you guys will be getting something. What you will be getting is still something that we're deciding. So that's just it's all speculation that for whatever people say, other than unless it comes out of my mouth or pinned by me, don't believe what other people say. So just putting that out there as well. Next question. So whitelist isn't those that did the form? Yeah. So if you got approved for the whitelist from the form, that also means you're on the whitelist. So it just, if you were previously a holder of anything in our ecosystem, that also got you whitelisted as well. So just being clear, there was both of the spectrums that people could have used to get whitelisted. But guys, don't get tunnel visioned on the airdrop. Like, don't get tunnel visioned on it. I know everyone gets all excited and things. The airdrop isn't going to matter unless everything else goes good and does well. So like, let's all tunnel vision on making the relaunch as successful as we can, and everything else will fall in place and everything else will do well as long as things are going accordingly. So don't tunnel vision on airdrops and stuff. Like, that's all going to happen in due time, and that's our number one goal should be to make the project successful. Our number one goal should be to make the ecosystem successful, and the number one goal should be to just have constant communication with our homies and our community members and just everybody who cares, right? Because honestly, like, whether we like it or not, we're all in this shit together, and I'd rather be together with a bunch of people through stuff rather than be alone and not have a team and not have a community. So as long as we have a team and a community and a bunch of people who believe in the same vision, same goal, anything is possible. We could do anything. So that's the main focus, and that's what we should be hyper focused on. Also, for anybody who missed the AMA, this has all been recorded. Roof at the end of this will drop a YouTube link, or you could probably even drop it now, and you guys could go and listen to it from the very beginning. Sword says, I also missed the start of the AMA. Will the original marketing plan still be in place post-launch, or is there an alternate strategy? A little bit of both. Right now, it's an alternate strategy. It's something that I'm kind of like grouping in together with all of our other ecosystem projects, and kind of going to do a glorified push for everything in the SD ecosystem. And then, once the ball is rolling, we'll branch off with singular projects and like have their own personalized marketing strats. But right now, it's I think the best way of doing it is kind of pushing the entire ecosystem at first and then adjusting accordingly. Random question: did you burn gold yesterday, or was that just a holder who burned? Good question. It wasn't me. It could have been Peter. It could have been a holder. But I'll double check on that. But it wasn't me. But it might have been Peter. So,
Leo, cousin KK, one more time.
Hey, cousin, what's up, brother?
Hey, when the tech is rolled out and the NFTs and you can upload your artwork, what's the naming convention for that? I know you guys are going to scrutinize and check everything out for original artwork, but how is it going to be named or numbered, or what's happening with that?
So there is an option where we could add names to the token side of things, but by doing that, it makes things a little bit weird, because the crypto side of it wouldn't change the name. It would still just be like token number 1, for example, right? So the naming, I don't know if we're gonna go ahead and add naming to the individual like NFTs itself, where like you can't call it cousin KK's NFT. It might just have its own static name that it's minted with, right? Token number 44, token ID number 69, whatever. I think that's what we're gonna stick with in terms of token IDs. But you could definitely like have your own name for it built into the art generator, which I guess some people may or may not do. But we do have the option of turning that on and off. So we can always change that and add that as an extra addition in the future if we want to.
Yeah, that sounds good. So how about charging a fee for naming your NFT? That rhymes.
Yeah, it does rhyme. That's for sure. At this point, I don't think I want to charge anything for anything right now. And it's not even about like charging people to get them to a point where they can name it or have like an extra feature on it. It's about like how it changes the entire like collection when names are added, and how it can affect the brand on OpenSea and get blacklisted because of people putting certain names, and there's just a lot of trolls on the internet. So
yeah, definitely understand that.
Yeah,
Whatever
like
revenue flow.
Yeah, the AI generator, obviously like it'll create anything that you could think of, but there are certain things that are blacklisted from it creating, right? Like it won't do like nudity, it won't do like it won't do anything that's gonna get you like a strike on the internet. So fortunately, OpenSea doesn't let us filter through like words that we could block off. So
Got you.
anybody could just go in there and name their NFT something, and then we're just stuck with that. So
okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
But all right, guys, it looks like we answered a lot of questions, and I think we're in a good place. I'm feeling pretty confident. I know there are going to probably be more questions from people coming in and listening to this throughout the day, so I'll be monitoring the chat and I'll be still answering questions throughout the day. But I guess we have less than 48 hours from now before we're back up and operational. That's exciting, and honestly, I appreciate every single one of you guys for the continuous support. And again, I apologize for the things that happened that were out of our control, but it definitely does make me feel bad. But we're the type that never gives up, and I honestly care more than the next guy does. And I think our actions and I think our sentiment really shows that. And the people who see it, the people that don't. I'm not going to chase after anybody. I never have, and I don't think I ever will. But realistically, we're here for the same goal, guys. We just want to make it. We just want to make sure that we're in a good place and we're around good people, and that's all it is. And I can't complain, man. I have a great community of people around me, and for the people that I've gotten to know over the past months and years, like I love the relationships that we've got here. And I think as a unit, as a team, anything is possible. And even through adversity and hard times like this or whatever, I think we could still always pull together, come up with solutions, and pull through. So as long as that ambition is there, anything is possible. So with all that being said, guys, I'm going to hop off. I've had this AMA in my car, and my knees are starting to hurt from the position that I'm sitting in. So I'm gonna get up and go back into our office, because we did have some guests over at our office for one of our other businesses, and I'm gonna go rejoin them, and we'll get the show on the road on the 25th, and I'll keep you guys updated on any other questions you guys have, and if any other changes happen before the 25th. So thank you guys all for coming in. Love every single one of you guys. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
Love,
Let's
peace.
make LAMP great again.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, later, guys. Roof, just please, if you could share that YouTube link
Yep.
in the chat.
Yeah, I'm doing that now, brother. No problem.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Peace out.
LAMP for life.